with me. It's solo today, Wendy Parr. I am going to be doing vocal technique with you all today. I'm just trying to get my restream going for my Instagram and YouTube. It looks like Instagram might be having an issue. Oh, there we go. We're running. Awesome. So today is going to be a vocal technique class. And of course, I don't know how, but a cable has vanished into thin air. I have no idea. Like literally, it has just disappeared in the ether. So my keyboard, I need to go get a new cable for it because it literally vanished. I took it to. I was working out Isabel and Thomas before their show here in Paris. I packed the keyboard with the cable because I took the cable from here. Got there and there was no cable. So bizarre. The wrong cable was there. And no idea how or why. No idea where the other cable went. It disappeared in the ethers. That being said, we are going to use some technical. I'm going to be using a keyboard over here on the computer, get things going. But what I would love is your questions. What I would love is for people to join me. You all, especially, I would say if you want to, well, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you jump on Instagram or jump on TikTok, I'm going to invite some people to jump in, sing a song, jump in, do some vocal exercises, jump in, and I'm going to coach you live. So that's what I would love to see the most is have you all show up and say, I would love to jump in with you. So give me a heads up in the comments if you want to do something. Prepare yourself, have a guitar, have a piano, or I mean, you could sing a cappella, but it's always best if you got some instrumentation. Riley, oh my gosh, so good to see you, Riley. Hi. So today we're going to talk about vocal technique, and I'm going to pull up. This is going to be very improvised, but I know like this last week in my coaching, I've been talking about some things that really struck me as important to share. I was like, oh, I really want to share these things with you. The way that I teach technique, I started working when I was 8 as a performer, 8 as an artist, working artist, singing, performing, musical theater, started songwriting very young. And so I really teach technique to artists as an artist. And I see my job is to figure you out as fast as possible to give you the tools to help you get better right away. And then we want to work those tools and use them and practice them so they become long-term habits and change. And what we're doing at the same time is I'm going to tune up your instrument, just like you tune up a guitar or piano. I'm going to tune up your instrument, show you how to then play it so that you can play it expressively, fun, dynamically, night after night on tour. So the first thing we got to do is just look at like how does this instrument work and how are you playing it? What are your habits that might be getting in your way and causing some of your struggles? And then how can we coordinate, tune up this instrument so that it's just easier to play? It's so much more fun. It's so much easier. That's what we want. Hell yeah. Let me turn this on because I didn't. That should make things a little nicer. Yeah, I can see me a little better. All right. I got my new non-reflective glasses, though you can see that silly light in there. But yeah, much better. So, yes, I want to invite you all to jump in. Please put it in the comments if you want to. If you're like, hey, I'm ready. I'd love to sing with you. Yes, I'd love to do some technique with you. I'm going to do that with you. I'm going to actually get people on here live. People I may or may not know at all, hear you for the first time and give you some instruction. Living dangerously, people. But I have confidence that I can help whoever shows up. So let's talk a little bit about how this voice works and how I like to teach it and how we can use the tools of technique to directly bring you into your artistry. Like we're not going to learn technique and then get artistic later, or we'll learn technique and then later be like, okay, now that you have that, there's a whole other rule book. No. It's the same tools that tune up your instrument that you play to a spiritual level. We tune up the instrument physically, coordinate these muscles, And then those same tools we're going to use at a deeper and deeper and deeper level that is artistic, that is expressive, that is spiritual. Singing is spiritual. So how does this voice work? Internally, you all put your hand over your throat and swallow. You can feel if you have an Adam's apple or you don't, your little larynx box, right? Your larynx, that little box right there, just raised when you swallowed. Now count out loud to 5 with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You notice that your larynx did not go up. So when you swallow, your larynx goes up, little flap closes over. So food and water do not pass your vocal cords, do not go into your lungs. Really important, right? We cannot swallow and breathe at the same time. You can't sing and swallow. Swallowing and speaking are different. And we want, when you're singing, you want that you're in the coordination of speaking, meaning your larynx is relaxed and stable. Can it go up a little when you sing? Yeah, but it's not going up like a swallow. So we want a nice, stable larynx. That's one. Second, how your vocal cords come together. They don't clap, they roll. And there are 4 points of contact. This is your chest voice. There's a muscle that makes this happen at this angle. This is your chest voice. Another muscle makes this closure happen. This is your head voice, that angle. Edge of the cord is falsetto. What we want is that the cords meet in parallel, and we get a connection of chest, head, blend, 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 chest, head, blend. But they're in parallel. And it doesn't matter what note you're singing. Let me come back over here. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Doesn't matter what note you sing, we want them in parallel. And now you move through your whole range with this parallel action, smoother, simpler, like fretting on the guitar. The action is set, the pegs are set, and you just roll up and down the neck of the guitar, and it feels the same. It's smooth. It plays easily, just like if you ran your hand across the keyboard, it's going to blend so that your voice is blending because you have head and chest everywhere. I like to describe it that if your chest voice is yellow and your head voice is blue, we're singing green. Everything we do is green, green, green. We're always singing green. Head voice is on the bottom. This is not the lowest note of my range, but basically start exercising here on this G. I'm in my speaking range. If I went lower, this is pretty much out of my range. However, you can hear overtones. It's not. I'll do it the other way. And I lose all my overtones. And basically, my range is going to end sooner than if I kept the head voice connection. And the tone is nicer. So the lowest stuff, if we think of generally verse, pre-chorus, chorus, melodically rises with each section, generally speaking. Your verse, especially if it's low, you want to sing it lighter. You want to really find the overtones in that. Especially if it's like, oh, this is pretty low for me, really find your overtones. I want to feel like I really feel the head voice happening there. You're not disconnecting from chest. You're just activating the head voice in the bottom. Oh, Jaden, hang on. I'd love to have you come in. We'll have you do a little singing. If you're open for it, have a song ready or do some exercises. Come on, Jaden, let's do this. So you want to activate that head voice on the bottom. And then as we're ascending, right, instead of singing low to high, we want to smooth this out. Head and chest is everywhere. So as I ascend, I want to maintain that sensation of chest, which is literally I'm maintaining the chord closure, the parallel action. And I want my chest resonance to not disappear as I go higher. So if I say, I'll do an I. There's really no difference. I have head head and chest everywhere. I've also gone through a first transition. We could think of those transitions like people call them the brake, they call them transitions. You could think of it like a gear shift in a car. When you are driving a manual car, I know a bunch of you have never driven a manual car. My first car was a manual. It was a little Suzuki Samurai, and I learned to drive it up a big steep hill, La Cienega in LA. And you'd roll back a little bit before you get, yeah. So first car, manual. So glad I learned that way. Now, that being said, if you think about when you're driving in a manual car, the driver and the guests basically should not feel the gear shift happen at all. It's just a smooth ride, clutching gas. Woo-hoo-hoo. So as I move through these transition in the voice, which we can't prove with science yet, but it's a very good hypothesis that your chords are stretching and thinning out, right? Just like on a guitar, you're playing a thinner string the higher you go, and the piano and the guitar, you're actually shortening the length of the string. Think of a grand piano. The bass strings are long and thick. They get shorter and thinner. Same thing with the guitar. Your voice is thinning. They're stretching a little as you go. Your surfboard's getting longer. And I should just move through those transitions very smoothly because head and chest is there. My chords are staying in parallel, not I'm in chest and then I switch. Or falsetto. I'm not switching around. My resonance isn't jumping around. Basically, your chest resonance is in your throat, head resonance is in your mouth. And we want both rooms activated all the time. Everything's always on. So you're going to have lows and highs everywhere. And then style is just playing with the dynamics. Style is playing with ratios. So I want to be able to move through my whole range. If I do it here. So there I've gone through two transitions and you don't really notice it. Tone is the same, right? But the tone is the same, but I'm more head dominant on top, but it doesn't sound like a different instrument. It's very easy for me to sing and I can keep going like that. So let's do some demonstrating. I think we should just do that. Julia, do you want to come in? I see you. Is Jaden still here? Can I invite you? Let's see. I'm jumping over here to TikTok where these folks are in here. We'll see if they jump in. And Julia, if you want to jump in on TikTok or on Instagram, I'd love to have you on Instagram actually. Jaden, actually same thing. Can you come over to Instagram for me and jump in there? Because that's where we're going to have the recording happening. So I would love to invite you in. Oh, how do I do that over here actually? I see you. So can we do that, Shell? I know you're watching. Can we have somebody join Instagram? I know I can do it on TikTok. Just invite them in. Well, I'm inviting you. So come on in. Come on in. And I'll invite you over here too. So I'd love to just have someone jump in here and demonstrate with me. So that was so much fun. But yeah, I can send to the people that I know, I can send you an invite. Actually, but otherwise jump into TikTok and I can just invite you on TikTok. And then here we'll go like this. So the tools that I use to get that parallel action happening, to like, how do I work technique? And I'm getting a message here. 1 second. Where is that? All right, cool. How do I get this to work? Okay, so vowel, effort, airflow, emotion. Those are the 4 primary tools. Those are the 4 primary things that I can activate to get this balance going, to get this connection going. Those are the tools that I can use to get these chords to happen in parallel. So let's talk about vowel, because that's like one of my favorite things to utilize, all right? The way you pronounce the vowel changes. Like everyone who's worried about pitch, and I know it's everyone's number one worry is pitch. Yes, you should be singing in tune and singing well. But your goal when you sing is not pitch. The goal when you sing is to express yourself and take your audience on a beautiful emotional journey. But to engage your pitch, to activate your pitch, to make it accurate, 95% of that is vowel work. And when you focus on the vowel, the first thing we're going to do is actually tune up the instrument and align it. But the second thing is that you're connecting emotionally to the lyric and to the story. So we are blending the physical technique and the emotional, spiritual technique at the same time, just with the vowel. Just like if you meditated and you focused on a mantra or you focused on the breath, this thing that like just takes you in, the thing that like connects you to yourself, that's the vowel. If you just focus on the actual words you're saying at this specific moment, you're going to get present and you're going to balance your voice. Just that one thing is so potent and powerful. So if we said, I'm looking over here at TikTok and I've invited a couple people in. You are so welcome to join me to do some vocalizing. I am going to invite someone I do not know at all. If you want to come in and do some singing or vocalizing, and I will do some work with you. All right. I've sent some. Oh, it says I have messages. Where are those? Sorry. But I've sent some invites if you want to come. I don't know how to look at the messages. I don't know how to look at the messages while I'm on the live. Darn, TikTok, I do not know you well. I know. It makes me feel out of touch. I just don't quite resonate with this platform. Hold on, we might be getting a guest. Let's see what's popping up here. It's trying to come. All right, meanwhile, I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm going to show you some vowel activity here. I is a diphthong. Now, I is a lyric you say over and over. It's in so many songs, right? Just the vowel itself, I, but the word, you say I a lot in songs. And what I find is a lot of singers don't even say the I. You just go, I. You just slam the chords together on an ah. I want to, and you're just on to the next word. I want to, da-da-da-da, I want to, it's just like a it's just a slamming of the chords. Now, instead, really say the I like eyeball. So it's a diphthong. It's I. And we don't want to sing from one vowel to the other, like I. We want to live where the two vowels cross and actually say the word I. And the E comes at the last second when you're finished with the sound. Unless you are intentionally singing the diphthong, like if you were doing gospel music or an R&B song and you said, let's pray, then you're singing the E. Pray, and you're intentionally singing the second vowel on the second syllable. Totally cool choice. But in general, you'd say, pray, and then I'm actually singing the E. Or I, right? Which again, you can do intentionally, sing the E, but most of the time you're really just saying the I itself. So if, for example, I said I, and I'm going to sing it too wide, this would be the person that yells a little, gets a little throaty, over chesty. If I said it's going to get tight. My larynx is going to come up. I'm really singing a lot of which is not my friend as a singer. Spanish speakers, is a good vowel for you. And for many Japanese speakers, where it's your first language, can be a good modifying vowel for you. But for English speakers and for most other languages, is not your friend. So if I lean into that larynx is flying up, chords are going like this, I get pulley. Now, for me, my modifying vowel is an like would, could, should. I am going to butter my vowel with an I'm going to put an fraction of over my I, and there's going to be more of it as I go higher. So I'm going to have you hear it. Actually, let me hold it first. Do this. I'm just going to hold it like I'm tuning a guitar peg, and I'm going to add until it feels really comfortable, resonant, and you're going to hear that blend. You're going to hear that mix, okay? I'm adding going from to So I'm putting an with my I. And you can hear my voice is funky today. It's because I have had chocolate. I've had the best chocolate I've ever had in my life. My friend Tony from Switzerland visited and brought us a gift. It's absolutely incredible chocolate. It's the best chocolate I've ever had. However, you can hear what it does to me. And so it's too much chocolate. and it has a little soy in it. So this is definitely the soy plus the chocolate. But for me, chocolate acts like a bit of a muscle relaxer around the esophagus. And so it has for me, like an acid reflux negative effect. And this is literally the result of chocolate and soy. So I will need to refrain for a number of days before I have any more. And I will have some more. It's the best chocolate I've ever had. Are you kidding me? Okay, so there we go. It's okay. Okay. So I'm going to invite some people who want to just like raise your hand or do something that lets me know you want to jump in here. So that was me adding the vowel. Now what you can play with is adding, if you tend to be like this and you don't have enough chest, you can add a like at or like us. Add that vowel to drive the chest and get you a balance. If you tend to be a yeller, you might want to add an like would, could, should. And that's going to help you to get that release and get more head voice in there. It's something got to play with, finding that modifying vowel. For Spanish speakers, and o tend to be very good vowels to play with for the modification. You're basically changing the way you pronounce the vowel. So if I said that long scale of I again and said I, you don't hear the in my vowel. What you hear is just I the whole time, but I'm saying more and more as I go higher. I'll let you hear it. I. Shiva, yes, all of my lives are saved on my YouTube channel. You can see them there. The full-length videos are on my YouTube lives. So, so playing with vowels gets you the ease, gets you the connection, gets you the alignment. It's tremendous how it works. It's so fun. It's so fun. And then once you have balance, like, oh, I can play through my whole range comfortably and easily, then I can play for style. I can't sing wider. I can say, I, and I'm going wider. I can say, I can say, I actually can change the way I pronounce the vowel to get a different quality and tone that I want to have the emotional impact I want. I can change the way I say it, how much energy I give it to change that. This is where the playing is. So once you have balance, now I can play. Once you have stability, then you can play. But first we got to get that middle. It's like you get the middle and then you have playing room. Vocal technique is, the whole purpose is to have artistic freedom. Artistic freedom. All right. I'm inviting a bunch of people in. Come in if you want to do a little singing. I'm taking a big risk because I don't know you. Come on in. So for me, the vowel is so much fun because it really does get you that wonderful alignment. And I was saying, I was talking with Isabel, I was talking with another artist about this, that the more you lean into the vowel, you will actually notice at times words that you forgot you even wrote. They're in your song. They are meaningful. You put them in there lyrically. They're important. But you'll skip them. Like if you're just saying a line, if you're on automatic pilot, the whole line will become one thought. But what we want to do is to get into the nanoseconds of every syllable. Let's find a let me see. Great song, long time song. I'm just going to grab a lyric of Time After Time, right? Familiar song, classic, just so good, right? If I just sing through it, lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. I'm just singing. I'm just like trying to get through it, right? There's no goosebumps. I'm not feeling it deeply. I'm just singing a song I remember and I know. Okay. So, but if I get deep into the lyric, if I get deep into saying every word and get present, then I can emotionally connect with you. And that's where we get colors. That's where we get character. So if you're working technique consciously and say, hey, I'm going to really pay attention to saying my vowels and buttering it with my modifying vowel. I'm just going to play with adding to everything and getting deep into the vowels. If I said lion, I'm saying that I. Lying in, here it's already there. The first time was lying in my bed. I hear that. It's just like a rush. But if I really get into saying the I itself, lion, there's 14 colors already. Lying in my bed. Instead of lying in my bed, that's not interesting. If you find that your sound is a little monotone, is just kind of, flat. It's like, oh, it all kinds of sounds alike. It means you're not sitting into the rhythm. You're really not saying the vowel and being present. Colors come with presence. I don't even have to be like, what is this song about and how does it make me feel? Though that's a great question to ask yourself. What does this song make me feel? And let me express it. But I'm just being present with you listening right now. I know there's people listening right now. Diana's here and Luddy Love's here and Gabor is here. I can just literally connect with expressing myself to you in this moment. And I'm going to use these words to do it. To use these words, I got to get deep into the word. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. Caught up. Ooh, that word, right? I'm just getting deep into the vowel. That's it. Like, that's my favorite thing, is my way in is saying words, saying vowels. And if this is a song you wrote, I promise you, you are going to realize, you're going to say some words and be like, oh, I completely have not even been, I forgot that lyric was even there. I haven't been saying those words because I'm focused on the high note that's coming 6 syllables down. And I'm so preoccupied with that, I forgot the sentence in front of it. Ooh, someone asked a question here. Thank you. What is the best way to sing Crying? I'm singing Crying by Roy Orbison. Nice. Are you saying the word itself? Again, there's infinite ways of actually saying it. But first you have to figure out your vowel. Like, are you adding or to your I to make that balance happen? Crying, right? It's I like eyeball. Really say the I itself. And then for me, I add I. Crying. And I'm just going through singing riffs, singing melodies. You are lily pad jumping from vowel to vowel. So consonants are these tiny little things that we say, and they're quick, and we leap into the vowel, and then we leap into the next vowel, and we leap into the next vowel. And another insanely important thing is, singing is surfing. Airflow is the wave. Most singers are holding their breath. I don't know how we actually even can do it. I mean, I don't know. Human beings, we get used to so many things that we manage to do, even though we're doing them under not ideal circumstances. I can actually hold my breath and sing this. And the breath is here. Here's the brakes. I'm going to put the brakes on my car. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you caught up in circle. You can hear I've just got the brakes on. And I don't know how, but we managed to sing that way. But singing is surfing, and the air is your wave. Every syllable is an exhale, and we don't want to stop it with the consonant. So it's not lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick, and that's hitting the brakes on every single syllable. Do you know that a lot of you are doing that? A lot of singers say every word as if it's got a full stop at the end of it. I hear the clock tick, and you're pushing air on the next syllable. No, it's a big long wave. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock. Now I'm just going to inhale. Just inhale whenever I want. I got a million places I can inhale if I'm feeling the rhythm. I hear the clock tick and think of you caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights. Oh, I fell behind. You hear me? I'm just playing with the phrasing. I'm improvising right now. I do love this song. It's a classic Cyndi Lauper song. It's such a beautiful song. I haven't even hit the chorus yet, folks. And I haven't sung this song, I don't know, a few years. Like I haven't sung this song, but all I'm doing is exhaling and expressing, playing with my words. I'm messing it up. Like, is this the best performance ever? No, it's an improv. But I might watch the recording later and go, oh, I like what I did on that line. I'm going to keep that. Now let me see what that wants to do with the next line and the next line. Oh, I'm not even playing keyboard or anything because I don't have my silly cable. That being said, I'm going to invite Ella. I'm inviting you if you want to come sing. So if I feel the rhythm, you guys, I'm dropping gems. Write all this shit down later, please. To feel the rhythm, what I recommend is laying back in the rhythm, especially when you're playing live. Lay back. Adrenaline is going to make you rush. Running to high notes makes you rush. Lay back and slow exhales to find the pocket. And then you're going to realize you have time to say words. Let me keep going. Sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead. Breathe. Got time to breathe. You're calling to me, but I can't hear what you said. Then you say, go slow. I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. I'm just feeling a pocket, playing with things, right? But can you hear that my air is never stopping? My air is never being blocked here. We don't want the brakes on, you want the gas on. The reason why a lot of people are actually working too hard is because you've got the brakes on and then you're trying to push the air out. Your cords are tightly compressed, over compressed towards each other, and you're trying to push out to get past this blocked exit. But if your cords are flexible and we're letting air through, you don't have to push so hard. You don't even need that much air. You're like, oh, it's so much easier when the door's open, right? If you're lost and you look, you will find me time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting time after time. Time after time. My voice is messed up today because of chocolate. Chocolate and soy. Now, that being said, I can make it work for me. I can make adjustments. I can use my tools. Now, what I'm showing you that is my fun and my joy is saying words. Now, let's talk about these tools. Vowel, effort, airflow, emotion. Use them to tune up the mechanical voice. Get these muscles aligned. How much, you're always asking yourself, do I need more or less air for this moment to be easier? Meaning how much air? You always need to let it be flowing. But do I need less or more for this moment in this song to be comfortable? You find what you need in the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. Here's a hint. The higher you sing, the less air you need. The higher you sing, the more energy you need. They work in tandem. So I'm always playing, and then That's the basic balance. And then Monday through Friday, your ratios are going to change based on your health, how much you slept, you drank, your period, your menstruation. Like your energy levels are going to be consistent through your range, but every night vary depending on your health and your well-being. So let me go back to that. You're always asking yourself, do I need more or less air for this moment to be comfortable? Do I need more or less energy for this to be comfortable? Then it's going to be more or less for style. I'm going to go back into that chorus. If you're lost and you look and you will find me, I need more energy for this to not feel high. If you're lost, it's going to be tight. If you're lost and you look. Now, if I lean into it, if I give more energy, if I talk to the 10th row of the audience, if you're lost and you look. Okay. Who's in the room with me? Literally. My cable disappeared and something just went falling off a shelf that's been sitting there for a month. Okay. If you are kind and joyful and enjoying the music, you are welcome to stay. If you are a trickster or negative, you are not invited. Gotta go. Okay. So let me see if I can invite. I'm just inviting people, but no one's coming in. Oh, the queen is here. Let's see if you want to join me. You're so welcome to join me. We're doing some singing. So, go back to that. If I lean in with more energy, this higher melody is going to be more comfortable. If you're lost and you look, you will find me time after time. I still have dynamics, but without that energy, it's going to feel high and tight. If I want to sing it softer, I still need energy. If you're lost and you look, you will find me time. I still have to lean in. I still have to surf it. Still need more energy. So we're playing with how much energy do I need for things to be comfortable. I'm going to give you some new hints again. I'm going to give you some amazing information. Here's the keyboard that I can't play. You know, one of the things I talk to artists about all the time is perfectionism, right? Do you need to be perfect? No. Do you need to be excellent? Yes. Excellent at what? Expressing yourself and taking your audience on an emotional journey. Right here, literally my keyboard, my MIDI controller here today, I can't get it to work today. It's ridiculous. It's imperfect. It's human. Just what happened. Crazy town. Cable literally vanished into the ethers. I now know I need to have 3 of these cables on hand. Of course I have. I used to have 3 of these cables. I moved to Paris with very little, so now I got to restock. Okay, let me go back to this for you. Keyboard. Where's my C? This one. Okay. So, for example, for my voice, for a lot of women, we're going from here to here. That's our basic exercise routine right there, from this A, this G, to this C, and above to the E flat F. There's your fourth transition right here, E flat E area. And for gentlemen, if you're starting, let's say you're starting lower, and this is your first transition, this E flat E, okay? So I'm gonna talk to people who have vocals like me first. Ladies, for generally, this is if you're like a mezzo soprano. Altos, this will start a little lower, but this is your range. Energy level. Light, 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 energy, 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 more, energy, more, light, energy, more energy, light, energy, light, 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 more energy, more energy, more energy, energy, light, energy, light, light, light. What does this mean? The ends of your range, you got to get lighter. And in the middle, there's 2 levels of energy. Basically, to make all this stuff feel flat, instead of feeling high and low, you're going to get lighter here, energy here, more, and then you get light again. That is the basic rule for your range. And for a tenor, I mean, again, those names for a lot of, like for a pop artist, you don't need to even know like your categorization, but for a male voice, and I'm going to use male and female biological range, it's going to be the same thing. It's just going to start a little lower and get light a little sooner. So just looking at your whole range, whatever that is, lighter on the ends, less energy on the ends, still energetic. You still need your foot on the gas. You don't want to be in neutral anywhere, and then 2 levels of energy through the transitions. That's basically what you need for your energy. We always need our foot on the gas. You don't want to hit neutral, right? You need energy, and what you need to find is your level of energy. I have one artist who sings too loud all the time. So I'm like, you're dynamic. We got to find your 4-5. That's your home base. Someone else, I'm like, come on, go for a 6. And their 6 is like their home base. Once you have that home base, you're going to find, oh, I can be way more dynamic. Now I know where my middle is. So some people, you got to raise your level of energy to be like, that's how much you need for your voice to function. And someone else, I'm like, you got to chill. You got to get easier for your voice to function. And that depends on your personality and how you sing, right? If there's anyone here on Instagram that wants to do a little singing with me and do some demonstrating, jump into TikTok so I can invite you, and we'll have you sing a song or do some technical stuff, do a scale, and we'll do some singing. I'm inviting people over here on TikTok, but I haven't seen anybody take it. Yeah, cool. So come on over here if you want to. I'm inviting strangers. I'm inviting people I know. Come on in. But I don't see anybody taking me up on it yet. You're so invited. Awesome. Hi, Mia. Good to see you. So talking about technique, singing literally is surfing. It's compression. So you've got the force of air coming up, energy coming back. People ask me all the time, what's energy? What's the difference of you doing something lackluster and not interested to super interested and enthused, to rehearsal, to stage, to a live performance? Those are different levels of energy and adrenaline, but you're like marking something and doing it full out are different levels of energy. What is also energy is your emotional life, your soul and spirit. That is the bigger and the biggest part of your energy. Your physical energy is something, but the biggest part of your energy is emotion, which is why my technique is VAL, effort, airflow, emotion. If you are singing and trying to hide your emotions, your voice will literally clench up and be unable to communicate. If you are trying not to feel your feelings and fake it, the voice is going to be like, I'm lying. I got to clench up. But singing is surfing. Singing is the airflow coming up matched by the energy coming back. And when those two things are balanced, it feels so easy to sing. And so what you're learning to do is ratio. How much air do I need? How much energy do I need as I move through my range or as I move through the song? And that ratio keeps changing for a smooth ride. And then when these are balanced, your vocal cords get to relax and be flexible. If you're pushing up a lot of air and there's nothing coming back, then your vocal cords have to slam together to stop all the air. Now, as you start to build energy and compression, then your vocal cords can loosen up and get flexible, which is what they're designed to do, is be flexible. All right. Trying to inviting some people in here if you want to come sing a little bit. Or talk, we can talk, but I'd be super happy to have you sing. Okay, let me come back to this. So I'm going to show you these 3 levels again, okay? So the verse and the chorus here. So first, I'll go back to the first one. So here's the verse. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock, right? Slow. I got to sing lighter. I can't push this out. Lying in my, you can't push the bottom. Like you can't hit the bass harder. You actually have to find the head voice in it. Sing it a little lighter for it to be easy, for it to carry. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. I'm finding the head voice here. Caught up in circles. Let me go back to that. Caught up in interval. That interval is an immediate change of energy. I've got to change the energy. Peak management. Take the peak out of it. caught up in. It's not caught up in, right? I want to make those feel the same. Caught up in circles. That one went low again, right? So if I went heavy, caught up in circles. I'm exaggerating, but that's what a lot of people do is you're singing notes, and so you get heavy and you change the vowel. Caught up in circles. Ah. I'm saying the same vowel, so it feels the same. Caught up in circles. That's a quick change of energy. Let me show you that in a piano exercise, like just in an exercise to show you how you've got to change your energy levels quickly in a song, especially. So here. So. Those are quick arpeggios. Da, na, na. Now, if I sang that trying to hit the notes, you'd get there's a blast of air for the top. That's what a lot of people do. Or you'll cut it off. And you cut it off. I am saying the vowel and adjusting my air and energy so it feels the same. I still have chest presence, chest resonance. I still have chest. Not I, really heavy. Extra. I'll do it on an O. No. Now, when I'm singing, most of the time, let's see what we got here. So I'm trying to see about getting some people to join me. I don't know if I'm just doing something wrong. Or it's not coming through. I have a balanced voice, so I'm showing you balance, but if you're trying to hit notes, you'll change the tempo, you'll distort the vowel, you'll stop the air, you'll blast the air, and what we want is like consistent airflow. It never stops. I want that vowel to be consistent. When try a scale like this and notice, record it, listen to it, and hear if you hear 4 vowels, because you might hear like no. I'm not exaggerating. A lot of people will do that. You're changing the vowel constantly as you try to hit notes. Now instead, oh yeah, see that I probably was inviting all these people. It wasn't coming through. Got a little technical error. I'm going to go back and try again. See if I can get some people in here. And I'll do this again. I'm going to do this again, and we will get a way to get you to join me, be it on TikTok and or Instagram here live, so I can have some people join me and I can just demonstrate with you. Oh, thank you for the fabulous. I appreciate that. So constant airflow, adjusting energy so it feels great. That's what we want to do. So if you listen to some wonderful vocal performances, listen for how the air never stops. Every syllable, it's flowing. Lay back in the rhythm and slow your exhale down to do that. For example, if I go back to the song, I'm going to play with the energy. Okay. I'm going to play with the energy. TikTok, you're being funny with me. It might just be the internet. No, okay. Back to the song. Looking at the verse. Okay, looking at the verse energy, and then I'm going to play with the next one. So, lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in circles, confusion, nothing new. Okay, this is light. It's got to be pretty easy because it's on the lower side for me. Got to find the head voice resonance, and then I'm singing 4 lines that are essentially the same melody. I change the phrasing. I put a comma somewhere. I make something a little longer. Otherwise, it'll just be very, too repetitive. It'll be it won't have my life force and energy or expression, right? So dynamics can happen in a word, they can happen in an arc, they can happen, there are many arcs of dynamics. There's dynamics in this moment, in that whole verse, in the whole song, right? So the dynamics come by me expressing, the dynamics come with playing with the word. The dynamics come that if I repeat this melody, the lion in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in circles, confusion is nothing new, right? A, B, A, B. I should not start the first word of each line at the same dynamic. Wherever I end, it needs to start a little different. Where I end, it starts different. So if I do, lying in my bed, I hear, like I change it there. I mean, I do it very organically at this point in my life because I know it shouldn't be the same. Like if it is exactly the same, then I am forcing something to be the same. And usually that comes because I'm trying to hit the note, hit it right, something like that. Okay. So for example, if I said, it's just being weird. So if I said, okay, I'm going to do it where I start the first line the same. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in you hear how it's just the same each time? Lying circles, caught up. Nope. So instead, I got to start each line with a dynamic. A couple things that are really fun to play with when you do this. One would be just try lingering, like linger on a syllable, linger to help you rephrase, linger to help you just break a habit. And then play with numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, nothing like, and 8 is the climax of the song. It happens once. Just try, like, what happens if I go like light, medium, strong, light, medium, strong, just random, go light and then go medium, then go strong. And then you'll feel, I mean, you're going to feel an organic impulse to go light or medium or strong. And then if it doesn't work, try a different one. So if I'm just playing with light, medium, strong, lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in circles, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashbacks, warm nights. I'm not going to flashbacks, warm nights. They all can't be a 4. Flashback, warm nights. Oh yeah, warm nights. Almost left behind. A suitcase of memories. Time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead. Just linger. You're calling to me. The other thing that makes this happen is that when we're speaking, I'm looking in English here, right? But when there's a 2 or 3 syllable word, we emphasize something. It's not emphasize, it's emphasize, right? If I said emphasize, you'd be, that's not how we say that word. Or did I emphasize that in the wrong place, right? So when there are 2 or 3 syllables, one of those syllables needs to be longer than the other 2. Otherwise, that's how you get that robotic monotone performance, right? If I was like, lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. Now, there's a lot of 1-syllable words here, which is actually how that song is original, right? Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in circles, confusion. Like, and this is, I'm gonna go against what I've been saying for a second. Some songs really, really, what they need the most is just to lock into the downbeat and the upbeat, and it brings the song to life. Sometimes you picture me, I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me, I can't hear what you said. Some songs, because of the way they're written, if you just lock into, especially if they have a lot of upbeats, if you lock into that downbeat and that upbeat, it's like, woo, the song just fell into place because playing with it, especially like with the groove and stuff that you have, doesn't work. Now, other than that, it's by lingering and changing things. Sultan, I'm so glad that you like my teaching style. I appreciate that. I'm glad that it resonates and it works for you. So it's really important that you linger on things so that you break up that everything is just hitting like this, right? So if I'm saying, if you're lost and you look, you will find me time after time. These are a lot of single syllable words in this song, actually, which is why it like locks into that. But if we find uh, after, just like that, we don't say after. After my picture fades, not picture fade, picture. Like we've got to linger somewhere. After my picture fades. The word is fade. Can you fade it? Can you literally make that word fade? It's the lyric. And darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows. It's funny, this song actually sings well when it's just like locked into the groove and the beat. Let me find another one just to express maybe some of those multiple rhythm things I'm talking about. This has a lot of short words too, but a lot more room to sing. There ain't no gold in this river. You got time for these syllables that I've been washing my hands in forever. 3 syllables. Forever. But you could play with any of those. That I've been washing my hands in forever. I could play with the for, I could play with the or the ver. Which one means, which one do you want to play with? Try them all and then see what feels right to you. Wish I had my keyboard because I could mess around with this other song that I've actually been playing with, singing slower. Now I know there is hope. You're playing with that vowel. It's just a vowel. A riff is a vowel. Sing the vowel. Say the word with a melody. Don't hit a bunch of notes. Say a word that happens to have a melody. I know there is hope. It's an O with a melody. It's not notes. Hope. That's when you get like, and the vowel goes, I know there is hope in these waters. But I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in this silence. Baby, let me in. Exhale, 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 exhale. Say a vowel, say a vowel, say a vowel, say a vowel. And again, I'm improvising. I'm messing this song up. It's not great, but it's fun. And some things I might like, some things I might keep, some things I might change. I'm just having a rehearsal. But I'm showing you how singing is balancing, singing is expressive, singing is saying vowels, singing is changing my energy in order to express myself. Baby, baby, let me. Ooh, do you want baby or baby? Baby, let me in. That is such a strong ask. Baby, let me in. So those words, how does it make me feel? I'm going to share that with you. Go easy on me, baby. Baby would sing weird. Baby, Not necessarily, right? Maybe there's definitely a time where baby is gonna feel good, but baby is gonna feel good on other times. You're playing with that vowel. How's it feel? How's it feel in regards to the other words around it? You're playing. You're playing. But you notice how I'm just like, it's a constant exhale. Go easy on me, baby. Now, a lot of people, I'm going to wind this up soon. I'm going to share a little bit more. Hi, Adeps. Ibdeps. Hi, Ibdeps. Something that's really important when you hit the chorus. The chorus is not about, oh, it's a chorus. I got to get big and loud now. The chorus is, I got to adjust my energy so this feels comfortable and expressive and matches how I feel. Layla. Hi, Layla. I love you. But it's important to realize that the chorus doesn't mean, oh, it's the chorus, make it big. No, it's the chorus. Make it feel great. It's the chorus, express the emotion of it, but don't just get louder. And also, don't get louder the whole time. Like if I sang this strong the whole time, go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel. It's just, come on. You don't need me to yell at you for that whole section, right? It's actually way more interesting and it brings the melody to life. I want you to go try this, and then I want you to DM me or post it and tag me. Find the notes in the chorus that get lighter because it makes the chorus whoosh, come alive. It makes the great melody that's been written come alive. So here in this one, I think I'm singing it lower than it should be, but go easy on me, baby. Easy itself has a dynamic. Go easy on me, I'm getting lighter. On me, baby. Then it gets stronger. I was still a child. I was still a child. Didn't get the chance to. Didn't get the chance. I'm just making this up right now, people. I'm just rehearsing in front of you. But can you hear how I'm getting lighter? That wonderful Whitney Houston song. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. She doesn't hit every note with the same dynamic. She actually gets lighter. I want to feel the heat with somebody, because it makes it expand. Everything is not an 8. Oh, I want to dance with somebody who loves me. She doesn't go, loves me. Somebody who loves me. Woo! Then it gets even lighter. Woo! Right? You find the notes in your chorus that get light and ethereal and angelic, because it will make the other moments stronger and have more contrast, and your chorus will feel bigger than if you just like, I powerhouse through this whole chorus. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. And this is a night when I'm like, look at this, I want to do vocal technique with you. And I just had too much chocolate. And you can hear it in my voice. I'm cracking myself up. I couldn't help myself. The chocolate was so good. And I conveniently forget that chocolate does this to me. I had no time. I just think change keys. I had no time to choose. See, later. I had no time to choose what I choose to do. So go easy on me. Change it up. I want to hear from you. I want to hear that you played with your chorus and you changed the dynamics and you found some light moments. And woo, Wendy, it made it come to life. I want to hear that you have practiced exhaling through syllables and that you are singing easier because you have constant airflow and you're not stopping it at your throat ever. The only time your airflow, your exhale stops is to inhale. We're never holding our breath. We're just inhaling and exhaling, and singing is extended exhales. Kaya, good. Go do it. I want to hear back from you. Oh, memorial. This is what you were looking for. I love that. Yes, it takes a lot of work. I've been singing professionally since I'm 8 years old. I turned 55 this year. It never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop. It takes a long time. Anything worth anything takes time. Time, practice, and dedication. The key is to have fun while you're doing it. So you're not just like, am I there yet? Have I got there? Am I getting there? There's literally, there's nowhere to get. There's just this moment, enjoy it. This moment, do it again. This moment, adjust. This moment, have fun. That's really key. The more this becomes your job and your profession, the fun can go out of it. So we got to get I'm a pretty good wizard at bringing the fun back. And that's really important. And so again, technique is there to help you have more fun. Technique is there to help you connect emotionally and connect with your joy and connect to the audience. So we want to use technique to have more fun, Oh, you said I sound wonderful. Thank you. It actually hurts a little bit to sing tonight. And it's because I'm swollen because of the soy and the chocolate. I'm swollen around here from literally the most delicious chocolate I've ever eaten. So I overdid it. Oops. We're going to do this again. I'm going to continue. I'm going to do more vocal technique. And I 100% want people to join me in this live. And we are planning on doing a class, a class on vocal technique, style, performance. So if you're interested in being a part of that, be sure that you join my mailing list. It's on my website, wendyparr.com. Join the mailing list so I can inform you about it. We will be doing a vocal technique and performance seminar where I will be both teaching and literally giving live feedback to people who take the class. So make sure you join my website. On my website, join my mailing list so that you know when we're doing that. I'm excited about it. And I'm going to be doing more vocal technique pieces like this in addition to our backstage live, our backstage interviews with artists and people that I work with. I appreciate you all for joining me, and thank you for the questions. Come back to the next one with questions and ready to sing. You took a in-person vocal class with me years ago, and I'm amazing at what I do. Ah, Jay Hever, that's lovely, lovely. I'm so glad. I mean, it's literally that's the meaning of life, that I've had a positive impact on you, that I've helped you. That's amazing. I'm going to check out you in a second once I stop this live so I can go say hi and see your site. I see your face, so I'm recognizing you there, but I gotta say hi. Thank you so much. You all, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that I can share and impart some wisdom with you. Cheers, everybody.